This may be the best budget sherry cask whiskey. Welcome to another episode of Erik Wait Whiskey Studies, and in this video I'm going to do a review of the Bushmills Black Bush Irish Whiskey. But before I get into this, here are my notes on this whiskey. The Bushmills Black Bush Irish Whiskey is a blend of 80% malt whiskey and 20% grain whiskey. It was aged up to 7 years and in Oloroso sherry cask and ex-bourbon cask. It's bottled at 40% alcohol by volume and sells for about $30 here in California. So sometimes I get in the mood for, say, a really good pizza. You know, you get those cravings, those hungerings for a really good pizza, and you know, those cardboard crust frozen pizzas just aren't going to cut it. Sometimes I'm in the mood for a really good Pinot Noir. As a wine fan, wine aficionado, sommelier, I love Pinot Noir, probably my favorite wine. But it's really, really difficult to find a Pinot Noir that'll scratch that itch when I'm in the mood for Pinot Noir for under $40. Well, the same thing goes for sherry-fied whiskeys, sherry cask aged whiskeys. You know, if you're in the mood for one and you look for a bottle, you know, you're probably looking $50, $60, $70, $80, maybe even over $100 for high quality sherry cask whiskeys. So if you're looking at Scotch and you're trying to save a buck, maybe you're looking at Abelauer, right? Or if you're looking at Macallan, one of the most well-known, you're looking at least probably $60. Well, this is a whiskey that I think will scratch the itch when you are really in the mood for a sherry cask finished whiskey, and yet it doesn't break the bank at $30. Now on the nose, I would say sort of the classic sherry cask whiskey notes. I get the fig, the dates, the raisins, dried black fruits. There's a little bit of almost like a sort of a maple syrup character, a brown sugar character, some vanilla. There's a little bit of spice, some cinnamon, some baking spices, a little bit of that sort of a barbecue rub spice. There's also some citrus. I get some orange peel, oranges that maybe have had cloves put into them. A little bit of red fruit, like apples, lighter caramels, some chocolate. Really, really, really nice. All right, on the palate. One more. Texturally, it's silky smooth. It really glides across the palate. It doesn't have a lot of change from the front to the middle and to the finish, but what is on the nose is definitely there on the palate, and it's absolutely delicious all the way through. Fruits, I get a little bit of apples, almost like caramelized apples. Get a little bit of citrus. It reminds me a little bit of like orange that maybe I've cloves put into them. I get the dried black fruits, the fig, the dates, the raisins. You get the spices in the back end, the cinnamons, and a lot of vanilla. And just a hint, I would say just a little hint of a woodiness there on the back end as well. The development is actually pretty good. It's not a huge range or a huge development, but it actually does fairly well. What sticks around on the back end is the vanilla, the cinnamon, and then just a little bit of that woodiness. An absolutely delicious whiskey. I'm really, really surprised. I'm already past the neck pour. It did not take me to go there. This is a bottle I will definitely buy again. If there's a whiskey that I want to introduce someone to sherry cask whiskeys, right, and you're not really sure whether they're going to like something or not, this is an absolutely must buy. I would say, one thing I'd like to do, I'm going to maybe piss some people off here. I would challenge, and I'm a Scotch lover, a huge Scotch lover, but I would challenge my fellow Scotch lovers to find a Scotch whiskey of comparable value and quality like this bottle. I cannot think of a single Scotch that is less than twice the price of this bottle. This is an absolutely fantastic whiskey. So what I'm going to give it in terms of score, I'm going to go 89 points. 89 points. What would it take to go more than 89 to get more in the 90s? A little bit more development, a little bit more depth, a little bit more of a punch to it, but it is an absolutely delicious whiskey, and it does well on ice and opens up quite nicely if you add just a little bit of water. One of the dangerous things about this bottle is because it is so affordable, it's easily to justify keep drinking it, keep going back to what the heck, it's only 30 bucks. You can get another one fairly easily. So you don't have any qualms about, you know, if you had when you have a $200 bottle of whiskey, $100 bottle of whiskey, you kind of sparingly go to it, right? Because it costs so much money. This one, because it's so affordable, it's easy sipper, it's absolutely delicious, and it's easy to justify buying another bottle on the way home from work because you just killed the other one last night. Absolutely fantastic whiskey. Alrighty, if you like watching my videos, I want to ask that you subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the bell to be notified when I go live or post a new video. And if you are one of my Patreons, I want to thank you very much for joining my little group. Alright, and until next time, cheers.